Hi there, welcome to GrainTV. It's Monday, October 12th, and today was Columbus Day with a government holiday. Gave us little fundamental news to trade on. We ended the day mixed with corn and wheat off slightly, while beans managed only a 1-cent gain after trading as much as 6 cents higher on the day. Taking a look at the 5-minute chart on beans, we can see we started the overnight session a lot higher and tried to test 894 a couple of times during the trading session, but at the end of the session we closed down at the lows around 887. Taking a longer term view of soybeans, you can see back since August 21st we've been trading in a very narrow range, somewhere between $8.55 and $9. And with the latest fundamental news coming out of USDA on Friday, there's just very little incentive for this market to move one way or the other. So right now we continue to be trapped in this $8.55 to the downside and $9 to the upside range, and we'll see which way we eventually break out to. In other news today, we did have crude oil selling off quite dramatically. On Friday, the Baker Hughes rig count index came in somewhat supportive of crude oil, with rigs showing a fifth consecutive week of being lower. But today on Monday, we heard bearish news from OPEC, which was that they have ramped up production to the highest mark in 3 months. So overall, still nothing to really drive the crude oil market above $50. We traded there on Thursday, we traded above 50 on Friday, and again, just briefly today on Monday, but overall it was a pretty steep loss with about a 5% drop as we go into the close on crude oil. Let's turn back to the grains and let's dig a little deeper into some of the supply and demand information that's out there. USDA didn't change much in the way of domestic production, but on the international front, they did drop their Ukrainian production, and that's something we want to keep an eye on in this marketing year. They've had some lingering dryness at the tail end of this season. USDA lowered their forecast for Ukraine's corn production from 27 million metric tons in September to 25 million metric tons based on Friday's report. Today, the Foreign Ag Services attaché actually came out with a much lower number at 21.1. They said the drought is actually having a more pronounced impact. Right now they're in the middle of their harvest season, so it's still a guesstimate at this point in time. But that is a fairly sizable drop, going just a month or so ago to 27 million metric tons to 21 million metric tons. And of course the real question will be how much of that corn will end up in the international market, because they are a major competitor of ours. The latest attaché report puts that number at 12.5 million metric tons versus last year where we were at 18 million metric tons. So this could be a potential catalyst for corn. It's going to take some time to see if that is indeed going to be a real production number out of Ukraine, but it is at least some lingering hope for some upside in the corn market, where we have not seen good export commitments so far in the marketing year. Right now, export sales year to date are running about 28% behind last year's pace, while USDA is only looking for a very, very slight drop in exports year on year. So we really need to see our export numbers start to pick up, because right now we're just not seeing it. And if we're going to get any sort of significant rally in corn, we need to have a demand base start to take hold. Today, that's really all the news we have. Tomorrow we will get crop progress report, we will get export inspections reports because of the Columbus Day holiday. Tune in tomorrow and we'll talk about those numbers.